Man, y'all want to know something about life is that, you know, people don't really be in love. People really just be dealing with people. It's almost like a business agreement. They're like, oh, you do me right, I do you right. Some people be like, oh, I fell out of love. You didn't fall out of love. It's just that when your needs wasn't met anymore, you bounce. And that's just all it is. Because love is selfless. You know what I'm saying? So it come a point in time where your needs wasn't met by that individual person. So you bounce. And that's just how you feel about it. So it's not, oh, I'm in love and this and that. No. Once your needs wasn't met, you bounce. And that's exactly how it always is. And I tell people that all the time, like a lot of people claim that they be in love and they really don't be in love. It be a business agreement to the fact that once the person needs is not met, they don't want to even deal with that person anymore because their needs are not met. So it's not about being in love. It's about what can I do for you? What can you do for me? And then once a person is not able to do what another person wants them to do for them, then they feel like their needs are not being met. So they feel like, why should they even be a part of that person's life because their needs are not met? And that's why I say about a lot of people is, a lot of people needs are not met in relationships and stuff like that. So they tend to just sit there and deal with a person because that person is meeting their needs. And when that person is not meeting their needs anymore, they feel like that person doesn't have any value. And which is that is not true, because just because a person not meeting your needs right then and there, then doesn't mean you leave them. But a lot of people don't really care about if a person really loved them or not. It's basically about their needs being met. And when their needs are not being met, then they feel like, oh, this person don't love me, or I feel out of love. Nope, this person just stopped doing the material things that you wanted to be done. Or sometimes it could not be the material thing. But most time in the case when it comes to women, it's mostly always the material things. But most cases for most women. But it's just saying, like, you shouldn't base your life on how somebody make you feel. You should feel a certain way, your own self, and anything else somebody give you should be a bonus. But a lot of people don't look at it like that. They feel like, oh, a person has to spoil them and things like that. So that what make a lot of relationships don't make it in the USA, is because people sit here and want people to spoil them. Like, you want somebody to spoil you. In actuality, you should be spoiling yourself, and anything else somebody give you should be a bonus. But people don't look at it like that. They feel like, oh, if I'm in a relationship, a man has to do this, he has to do that. And if he's not doing this and not doing that, you know, then they shouldn't be with that person, or things like that. And it's like, man, that's crazy, because one day you're going to get old. And them same little games that a lot of women play and a lot of men play is going to not work out. Eventually, it's going to not work out. So I feel everybody should take the time out and stop having these high standards in these relationships, and actually base these relationships on love, base these relationships on growth, base these relationships on things that really matter in life. That's what they should base these relationships on. They base these relationships on who can do the most for you, not settling and different things. Their standards too high. Like, so many people's standards are high when y'all can actually work together and prosper more by working together and doing things together. But most people just don't want to do that. They want to just sit here and not choose somebody because of height, certain weights, or anything. Because I feel and I seen a lot of people can be exactly what somebody wants and need, but just because of one thing, or maybe two things out of 100, maybe three, maybe even five, they won't deal with their person because of a couple of things that they don't like about a person. So a lot of people in the USA going to wind up being very, very single because of their pet peeves about things is too high. You don't need pet peeves in a relationship. As long as the person's not hurting you, beating on you, mistreating your kids, or not feeding your kids, or not team working with you, then you shouldn't have pet peeves in a relationship. Pet peeves cause a lot of unnecessary chaos that you don't even need in a relationship, because that's how people develop rankings and levels and different things like that causes confusion and causes people to actually break up and not even be together anymore, because of the idea of having these standards, which most people who have standards shouldn't even have standards, because they don't really have standards for their life. And a lot of people think just because they make money, they should have a lot of standards. And I'm not talking about rich people. I'm talking about just regular people that work basic jobs, because a lot of these girls look like they have it and they don't. And a lot of these dudes look like they have it and they don't. So people have to be honest up front and just say what you realize. If you're a bum, say you're a bum. If you're a gold digger, say you're a gold digger. If you're a prostitute, say you're a prostitute. If you like spending all your money on women, just do that. But don't be out here hurting people for no reason that does not need to be hurt.